So the reason we are doing a staged reading on this is because scripts that are in development, it helps to have an audience to hear how they react and what parts they like, what parts they don't like, as I continue to refine and develop this script, hopefully into something that goes somewhere someday. So before we get started, I want to introduce you who we have in the cast. So the first person we have is Miki Reaume. We have Mark Cox over there. Rob Manning. And Jasmine Cook. And without further ado, let's get started.
Yeah.
I know some people are in line for the bar over there, and we shift the line as much as possible so those in the back can have a view. And then as you get drinks, you can go back to your seats and all that. Dust and Echoes, a full-length play by Nicholas Sweet. Act 1, Prologue. As the lights of the playhouse dim, the darkness of another world, of another time, brings us to the nighttime landscape of the Theban necropolis in Egypt. From the hum of ancient voices carried in the arms of the wind, to a deep, burrowing chill that replaces the day's burning heat, we feel the weight of time and history. Maybe we hear the bark of a desert fox, maybe the crackle of a fire in the distance, or the faint whispers of an Arabic prayer. The desert is still, yet feels alive. One thing is for certain. The stars sparkle and fill the sky with a magical glow.
Picture it. You stand in the middle of the desert and nothing but darkness. You look up, and the sky expands farther than you could ever know, revealing a sea of stars. For just a moment, you feel the weight of time, of history itself on your shoulders. Someone thousands of years ago stood in that same spot, looking at the same stars, and wondered the same thing, if anything really lasts, or if we're just some small part of a story the stars are still telling.
The lights rise, revealing a university lecture podium. Behind it stands Phoebe, a prominent archaeologist in her 30s. Presentation slides are projected behind her with pictures relating to the contents of the speech.
For centuries, Ankhet-Nefru was a name without a story. Until now. Some called her a mistranslated footnote. Others thought she was a royal advisor, or even a lost pharaoh. A small group thought she was in contact with aliens, building the pyramids with her mind. In truth, Ankhet-Nefru was an aristocrat, forced to navigate an era of decline and division in ancient Egypt, known as the Second Intermediate Period. According to historians, this period lasted from roughly 1782 to 1550 BC, and is defined by the Hyksos, a West Asian group from the Levant taking control of northern Egypt. In a time of political fragmentation, foreign rule, and regional instability, Ankhet-Nefru likely faced challenges involving the disruption of tradition and daily life. My name is Phoebe Whitmore, and I'm the archaeologist who first located and entered Ankhet-Nefru's tomb during a dig at the Western Theban necropolis. While most are familiar with Ankhet-Nefru from folk tales and the History Channel, it's important to recognize the roots of these stories are born from two factual pieces of information. One, Émile Douvray, a French archaeologist active in the 1920s, misplaced a page of a field sketchbook dated February 1927. This page contained a partial dig entry and a hand-drawn site map, along with scribbled notes of a possible shaft entrance blocked by rockfall. The page also mentioned inscribed limestone fragments with the glyphs Ankh et Neferu. Filed away with the records from the temple of Mentuhotep in Cairo, this document was stumbled upon by historians in the late 1940s. Scholars previously had misread the glyph as a funerary blessing rather than a personal name. Émile Douvray never would return to the shaft after funding was pulled due to political unrest. This journal page was the only official source of information regarding the existence of Ankhet-Nefru for nearly 80 years. 2. Due to non-existent non-existent antiquities laws in the early to middle 20th century, a number of statues, jewelry, papyri, coffins, and even mummies were purchased by private collectors without the knowledge of Egyptian authorities. One such collector was Don Emilio Vargas, a former textile magnate turned collector, known for his controversial private collection of Egyptian and Near Eastern artifacts. Though his items were never cataloged publicly, Vargas most likely purchased a crate of unmarked artifacts from a Cairo dealer around the late 1940s. Keeping them in a private villa collection in Malaga, Spain, many items were quietly donated or sold to museums across Europe in the years after his death. It wasn't until 2012 when a gold amulet with an oval cartouche containing an inscription of Ankhet Nefru was discovered amongst other artifacts sold to my team from the Vargas estate. This amulet was the first clue to historians that Ankhet Nefru could be real and helped secure funding for the ensuing expeditions. With help from Dubray's journal, as well as local legends discussing She Who Faces the Dusk, the name for a lost spirit we believe was inspired by Ankhet Nefru, we pieced together possible locations to begin our hunt. In the summer of 2015, we found it. Details from the journal pages lined up quite accurately with what we found, meaning historians had overlooked crucial details about her burial for nearly 100 years. It's time to fix that. Again, my name is Phoebe Whitmore, and you can find out more about the discovery of the tomb of Ankhet Nefru tomorrow, July 18th. 10 years of excavations, documentation, and preservation will be brought to light as the first public exhibit containing artifacts and historically accurate details from the life of Ankhet Nefru will be opening here at the British Museum in the wonderful city of London. With that, I want to leave you with one question. What will you bury for the future to uncover?
The curtain behind her rises as Phoebe turns and walks up the stage into Scene 1, the exhibit of the life and times of Ankhet Nefru, located at the British Museum in London. The heavy clunk sound of a high-power electrical contactor booms as industrial lighting illuminates the contents of the exhibit. Artifacts, documents, interactive displays, and a recreation of the tomb of Ankhet Nefru are illuminated, with the centerpiece being an intricately painted wooden sarcophagus. Curtains with Ankhet Nefru's name spelled in hieroglyphs hang from the ceiling. Phoebe carefully checks each piece, adjusting angles and the displays as needed. Arriving at the display case with Vargas' gold amulet, she stops for a moment.
Thank you, Vargas. Your amulet is in good hands.
She adjusts the amulet ever so slightly before moving to a display containing Emile Dubray's journal page.
Emile, it's time, baby.
Walking to an interactive panel, she chooses an audio segment and presses the play button. Recorded voices play.
Will, I think this is it. The tunnel, it looks...
I see glyphs. Grab me a light.
Here it is. What do you see? What do you see?
As the audio plays, Phoebe walks to the plexiglass case surrounding the sarcophagus. She closes her eyes and leans a hand on it. Will, a former archaeologist and a current university professor in his 30s, enters quietly. He stops when he hears the audio recording. Noticing Phoebe, he tries to lean against a column in a cool way. Maybe he fixes his messy hair. He listens, unsure if the recording is a welcome invitation or a warning of what's to come.
The shaft goes deeper.
That's what she said.
Shut up, Phoebe. I can't see much, but I think there's a female determinative. Oh my.
Holy shit. Do you see anything else?
The shit is beeped out. Phoebe chuckles when she hears it. Will cracks a smile when he hears her.
No, the rock is in the way. We'll need to move it, or...
Maybe we should call Carrie. She could get the equipment down here.
Phoebe, I think this is it. It has to be her.
You think?
It has to be. I know I shouldn't get my hopes up, but everything about this just screams Ankhet Nefru.
Okay, if you're right, we're about to prove one of the world's biggest mysteries true. I mean, we'll be in magazines and we could go anywhere.
Just think of all we could learn. If it's really her, what if we find the names of lost pharaohs? We could change the course of history. Phoebe, I think I'm gonna cry.
Okay, Will.
Yes?
Has anyone told you that you smell? went.
You say that like you didn't choose to be down here with me. And besides, you stink too. Maybe more than me.
God, you're unbearable.
Is that so? You know, we make quite the team.
Is that so?
I couldn't have done this without you.
Mister, I suggest you save it for when we know for sure she's in there.
Sure. It's only a matter of time.
Yep. Now we wait.
Still, I can't stop myself from thinking we're on the verge of something great.
Hey, Will.
What?
Remember, we're not grave robbing.
We're great for remembering.
Walking to an interactive panel, Will presses the pause button on the audio recording.
Great remembering? That sounded way cooler back then.
Oh my God! Don't do that!
You probably shouldn't lean on the plexiglass fingerprints, you know?
Will? You made it!
Phoebe hugs Will and cautiously allows his arms to wrap around her.
Oh. Wow. Hi.
Phoebe backs up, looking at him in disbelief.
I honestly didn't think you'd come. Just looking at you now, it's like, it's shocking.
I honestly didn't think I would either. It's just, you know, it's an important part of my life. How could I not come see the first presentation of it all?
Well, I appreciate it. You have a big part in all this.
Yeah, I did. So those recordings I heard,
Remember those? Historical purposes or something like that, if I remember right.
I never thought people would actually be listening to them, much less for actual historical purposes. I would say it's an honor, but after hearing that, how cringy we were, I'm not sure it is one.
Yeah, we were cringy, weren't we? But that's it's all in the past. Here it is, the final exhibit.
Wow, I get early access to the whole thing?
Yes, sir. Look around. Let me know what you think. I'm open to notes.
Sure.
Will walks over to Dubray's journal, looking down at it through the glass case.
The exhibit wasn't exactly planned to open this year. A slot opened up, and Carrie thought we should put this together in time. I think it came together well.
Well, it certainly looks put together. Dubray's journal looks great. You can actually read what's on the page.
Wandering the exhibit, Will stops at various displays through the next dialogue. Phoebe follows closely.
I had it professionally cleaned and restored. I don't think anyone could have deciphered the scribbles made by that mannish Frenchman.
It looks great, Phoebe.
Will stops at a display screen showcasing pictures from the dig.
And the pictures. I know these were only taken like 12 years ago, but they look ancient. Look at my little beard. I thought it looked so good.
I think we're the only one.
Hey now, if I remember, you liked it quite a lot. Actually, I don't even remember you taking some of these. Is that from when we met with Dr.
Dr. Samir Al-Nasri from the Supreme Council of Antiquities.
I still think that's a dumb name. No, not his name. The Supreme Council of Antiquities. Sounds like something out of Star Wars. Weren't there more photos? There had to be thousands.
Oh, they're scattered about. A bunch of them weren't usable due to someone flipping off the camera. Quite a few photos.
What can I say? I thought it was funny at the time.
You had to get a photo of you flipping off every statue in the tube. Every single one. Will, there were almost 20 photos of you giving the bird to Horace, the bird god. I had slim pickings for the exhibit.
Well, I think you could have included at least one photo of me flipping off the statues. For historical purposes.
Carrie would never let me. Besides, I would include more if I could. The space is limited. It's about conveying a concise story and showing the journey of finding the tomb.
Where's the statue of Ankhet Neferu in the teaching post? Or is that not part of the story you want to convey? I mean, the whole point of this exhibit should be about the teaching role she played in.
But you know what? Turn around, walk 5 steps, and look.
Will turns to see the statue.
I see. There it is.
Not just a photo. The real statue of her in the teaching post.
but it's missing the context. The real statue of her, it's where all the funerary paintings.
The paintings remain in the tomb. We couldn't transfer it. It was a wall painting, for God's sake.
The paintings explain why the statue like this is so important. I don't even see pictures. I mean, you sprung for all the expensive recreation of the burial room. Why not have them recreate those too?
Carrie wanted to focus more on the history of the discovery rather than the immediate impact on...
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Carrie's wrong. Come on, Phoebe. Without the context of why the statue is important, it's just there for show.
Like I said, Carrie and I are approaching this exhibit in a very specific way, focusing on what we knew of Anket Neferu before the discovery and what we know now. It may not contain everything she is important for, but that will come in time.
It should be the focus now.
We're working with limited space and trying to gauge interest from the public. Carrie designed the exhibit. And actually, she was the reason we were able to export items from the tomb for the exhibit.
I get that part, but using the rumors and gossip made up by UFO freaks as the angle? That turns this whole thing into a giant interactive tabloid.
Tabloid? Really? I want to see.
This discovery virtually changes what we know about the gender hierarchy in Egypt. Anket Neferu is a lost figure that waited thousands of years for her due. And this is what you're giving her?
Yes, it is. You've made it clear you dislike this angle, but Carrie and I...
Have a backbone, Phoebe. Stop thinking about Carrie and defend what you know is right.
You came in ready to fight, didn't you?
I didn't come to fight, but Phoebe, you have to know this is disrespectful to Anket Neferu.
Well, I'm doing the best I can. Honestly, it'll get people in the door and answer the burning questions. It's flashy, but it's a start.
I think Anket Neferu may be more lost than when we found her.
Really?
What?
Stop it. Don't do that.
What? Stop defending her integrity?
All that she's more lost now crap. Okay, if you really cared, you would have been here for the last 10 years defending her. You weren't. And this is how things are now.
Okay. You're right. But for the record, I still don't think the integrity of the discoveries made from her tomb should be sacrificed to please a bunch of Midwestern tourists with their guts hanging out.
Midwestern? This is London.
England has a countryside. If there are hicks in New York, there can be hicks in London.
I doubt we have to worry about British hits. Besides, that's not what I'm doing.
It is what you're doing. It devalues the discovery, and you should see that.
What did I just say? Stop it with that. I know we didn't leave things on a great note, but it's been a long while and we can both act like adults, right? Tomorrow's a big day for our discovery.
You're right. It is our discovery. I know I can't make you change any of it, but I'm allowed to speak my mind.
And you can. But I hold the right to revoke your complimentary glass of wine tomorrow.
Well, that's why I came, for the complimentary glass of wine. Phoebe, I don't think we need to revisit the past. You're right, I wasn't involved with the curation. But do you plan on making the full story known at some point, right?
There's nothing down. That'll come later, after tomorrow is a huge success. One step at a time, right?
Right.
For now, I just want to survive the opening. There's this pesky reporter.
Pesky?
Yeah, real dirty. Known to be difficult to deal with. Carrie thought it would be beneficial to get a good interview with her live at the opening.
You're putting a lot of faith in that going well, aren't you?
I'm telling myself one step at a time. This gets the word out farther, and maybe we can tour it like King Tut at some point.
Tour it?
Yeah, a tour like they did with Tut in the 70s, bring Anket Neferu to the world. I know that look. What do you disapprove of now?
The goal should be to get her back to Egypt, not tour her. It's the remains of a person, not a band. It's disrespectful.
It's not disrespectful, Will. People will be happy to see her around the world. We're you rather he be left in the ground to rot?
If one has to be chosen, I would rather she be in the ground than taken on a world tour.
What? Why? Tour or not, by digging her up, we've already disturbed her eternal life in the field of reeds.
Yes, we have. Send her to a museum. It's at least safer than dragging her all over the world.
She'll end up in a museum eventually.
Eventually, sure. You know, I think I'll always regret that. Digging her up. It's the one thing that I never thought about when we found her, disturbing the afterlife she worked so hard to earn. You know, I should do a TED Talk on that. I could call it Archaeologists Are Criminals, or something.
I see two options. We stand here all night arguing about every aspect of the exhibit, or you actually get your behind-the-scenes Hollywood tour of the exhibit.
Sure. Let's see. You know, it'd be crazy if Hollywood made a movie of all this.
They are.
Are you?
It's for the Mummy reboot. Brandon Fraser is returning for it.
You've got to be kidding me.
Phoebe directs Will to the next display.
Nope. All right, here we go. This panel is for the lead up to when we found the location. Clues from DeVray and Vargas, as well as all those legends from the locals we talked to.
Me?
Okay, again, I know you disapprove of like everything, but come on, be excited. This is the part of the job we used to be so excited about, showcasing the work. After years of excavations and paperwork, the tomb is finally ready to be shown to the world.
Actually, I was always excited about the dirt. Digging it, cleaning it off things, finding it mysteriously in my socks for years.
Right, dirt.
It's a joke.
I know.
I bet there's dirt in your shoes right now.
I'm wearing heels.
My point stands. You know, Phoebe, it's nice to see this stuff come to fruition.
Right? Come on, this is cool.
Where's the stuff about the Piscos expulsion?
Future exhibit, that's where it is.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be annoying. It's a big part of why she was important. A woman in this expansive of a social position before the 18th dynasty? That's huge.
You're thinking like an academic, Will. I'm thinking like an audience. And maybe that stuff will be incorporated in the next Mummy movie. How about that?
I'm being serious. Also, those movies are extremely historically inaccurate, and that was a joke, wasn't it?
See? I can make jokes too.
Fair. Well, did you at least include the translated scrolls and paintings?
Will, you know there wasn't enough concrete evidence to connect the paintings.
You know, you were the one who originally made that connection. And let's be honest, there was more than enough evidence to make a viable correlation to the Book of the Dead. The scrolls were found in the tomb, most likely a precursor. That's the real headline here. Seriously, Phoebe, why are you presenting a bare bones, shallow...
Look, if I tell you, will you let it go?
Is it that deep?
So, the research hasn't exactly been peer-reviewed.
What do you...
Let me finish, okay? The research hasn't been validated by the people reviewing it yet, so we can't publish certain articles and theories or really use them in the exhibit, but it should be soon.
Soon? Are you kidding me?
No.
You're serious? None of this, the whole exhibit, hasn't been fact-checked and gone over in every tiny, minuscule detail?
It's in the works.
The opening is tomorrow.
It is.
Then why the hell are you going through with it? If the academic world found out about this, you would lose, well, everything. You'd never be trusted to work another dig, ever. You'd be essentially blacklisted.
I know. That's why we're keeping that on the down low. Like I said, the slot opened. Carrie
Decided to make a move that would end your career.
Okay, I would not say that this will be.
Well, it's exactly that. You know, I originally thought it was bold to open an exhibit about the importance of Ankh Neferu without stating the importance of Neferu. But now I get it.
The importance of someone is dictated by why someone is valued. And in this case, most people value Neferu because of ancient aliens on the History Channel. So the exhibit reflects that.
That's a nice angle to take when you can't state any actual facts. This is just crazy. Wow. How has it taken 10 years to get this stuff peer reviewed?
Wars, funding problems, looters. Honestly, it should have taken longer. Okay, I know it's risky. Nobody knows but me, you, and Carrie.
And Neferu.
I'm being serious for a second.
Okay.
We have multiple historians reviewing the research. It's taking longer than expected, and we have to go forward. Okay, I agree the information we discovered from her tomb is important, and it will have its time in the spotlight.
Well, I see myself as an advocate for the dead. And as Neferu's
Did you
lawyer.
really just call yourself an advocate of the dead?
Well, what else was I going to call myself?
Anything else? Maybe just passionate? Okay, advocate for the dead is so corny. You'd be more corny than calling yourself a lawyer.
I know. One of my students said it once and I put it in my back pocket.
A silence arises as the tension starts to evaporate.
How are you doing, Phoebe? I think we've gotten the arguments out of the way and the questionable exhibit stuff.
I'm good. Everything's good.
I mean, how are you really doing? Real life stuff.
Real life stuff. Sure. I'm no longer working with Kyle and the team. Just different ideas about where to go with things. You know, we were working in Iran for a bit.
You've been working with them for a while, right?
Yeah, quite a while. I guess most of my life now is really just this exhibit, you know, trying to turn it into something worth seeing, I guess.
Well, the day is here. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Why did you invite me here? I didn't expect to really see you again.
You deserve to be here, though. Wasn't the only one who discovered it.
And I appreciate that, but even so, I think I left things pretty clear that I didn't want to be involved. Even though I've had complicated thoughts about it over the years,
You don't have to be here to be here.
Well, I didn't finish. I'm happy to be here. I am. I just wanted to know why you wanted me here. And early, at that.
Guess I thought you should see this before anyone else. We were the first to find her. I didn't invite you here to open old wounds. I just thought you'd like to be here. Glad you came.
Can't say I'm feeling the same yet.
I see. Well, I hope you can enjoy the ceremony tomorrow. You heard the recording when you came in?
Yeah, I heard it was quite the throwback.
It's from when we first saw the glyphs in the shaft.
I remember. Fun fact, I was there.
I've listened to it over 50 times while putting together the exhibit.
Hi. Okay, cool.
I know this sounds weird, but for what it's worth, I hold on to a lot of memories from our adventures.
Vargas, a confident Spanish gentleman in his 60s, enters. He is the son of the original owner of the golden amulet.
For a place full of invaluable artifacts, it is surprisingly easy to get in.
Excuse me, sir, you can't be in here right now.
The tomb of Neferu. I've always wondered why I never got the opportunity to see the bona fide tomb, especially since it was my amulet that helped locate a certain lost princess of the female persuasion.
Miguel Vargas, you're here?
In the flesh, Miss Whitmore.
Vargas?
William! How have you been? It's been quite a long time, my friend.
I'm all right. Excited to see this come to fruition, I guess.
You guess? I would imagine you are elated. How'd you say it? Riding on 9 clouds.
On cloud 9.
The bingo! On cloud 9! Cheers to my amulet, right? Right? Now, if we only had drinks in our hands.
It certainly had a part, as it
Gave
was.
us a good idea that the tomb could be real.
Miss Whitmore.
Phoebe.
Miss Whitmore. While my amulet may not have had a treasure map on its back, I certainly believe it played a more important role than that.
I'm not lying. The amulet helped get funding for the expedition. That's it.
Oh, sounds very important.
What are you doing here, Vargas?
I arrived early. I guess you could call me, eager beaver.
I wasn't expecting you at all.
Well, I guess my invitation was lost in the mail. What can I say? I would never have missed the opening, especially when my necklace played such an important role in finding the tomb.
It's an amulet.
Amulets, necklace. What does it matter? It hangs around the neck. Let's see the necklace.
Vargas walks around examining the exhibit, quickly peering into cases. After a moment, he retrieves a cigar from his coat jacket and lights it.
Yeah, I think you misunderstood what I was saying. Are you lighting a cigar?
Yes.
Are you crazy? This is a museum.
And I would like to smoke and have a look around. Is that a problem?
Why would you light a cigar in a museum? Everything in here is flammable. You're going to burn down thousands of years of history. Put it out.
Maybe this is why culture is slowly dying. It's no fun anymore.
Vargas drops the cigar on the ground and stomps on it. He goes to the sarcophagus.
Unbelievable. The museum is closed. Vargas, I said the museum is closed. The opening is tomorrow.
So much hidden inside.
What?
The sarcophagus. I always like the simplicity of it all. You open up the coffin, something is there, or it's not. It's not hard. People, on the other hand, hide a lot. It's a little harder to find what's in there.
Yeah. What are you?
Let me correct you, Miss Miki. Please, call me Senor Vargas Ortega. Miguel is reserved for my friends.
I was under the impression that we are friends.
Imagine my surprise when I saw a television advertisement on Canal Sur for your exhibit. Gleaming in a display case is my beloved amulet. Then I hear something like, a once-in-a-lifetime generation discovery confirming the location of a disputed tomb. Now! I had to rewind several times to double-check that my father's amulet, the one you said was a common Middle Kingdom funerary token, was this once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Like you said, nothing special, right? Just a knockoff, which became the key to finding the tomb of our lost princess.
Not a princess, just a noble.
Vargas glares at Will, who backs off. Will starts to wonder the exhibit.
So, to answer your question, Miss Whitmore, we were friends, past tense. But I do believe that can be restored if you provide me with what I know.
Vargas, we didn't know what it was until we...
Senor Vargas. This is the second time I have to remind you.
Senor Vargas. The significance of the amulet was not discovered until its translation.
I got that from the interview.
You have your answer.
Miss Whitmore, you afforded a small amount of money and promised a safe home for the post-expansion junk, as you called it. Based on everything I have seen and heard, I now believe this amulet is worth more than just a few euros and a good home. Suddenly, I feel like I'm saying?
I get it. Yeah, I get it. You want more money. Let me ask you a question. Where is that money going to come from? We have the completed exhibit.
From the antiquities discovered in the lost princess's tomb.
As I was saying, we have all the proper documentation for the purchase of the amulet. What's done is done. I'm sorry that the circumstances changed, but I can't do anything about the past.
I'm sure all the statues held that coffin are worth quite a sum.
Are you stupid?
Phoebe,
No, Will. Do you really think we're going to sell artifacts from the tomb? Are you that dull? The Egyptian government owns the artifact. Why don't you go tell them your sob story? Maybe they'll give a shit.
Vargas stands furious, thinks carefully.
Miss Whitmore, I may be many things, but I am not stupid. You need to listen now. Your purchase may have been acceptable then, but it is most certainly not now.
You need to read, Vargas.
I expect you strongly consider paying me its value so that your opening will go as planned.
Is that a threat?
No, not at all. Only a suggestion, Miss Whitmore. I wanted to put a small, itsy-bitsy bug in your mind. I will see you both tomorrow.
Vargas exits. Phoebe waits a moment before letting out a huge frustrated scream.
Oh! That two-faced pig! I can't believe he has the audacity to break into a museum and threaten me!
calm down. We don't know how we got in here. I think this is something Carrie needs to handle. So I'm starting to realize there's parts to the story I never knew.
Why'd he have to show up? Why? He was the last person.
Did you know
Know what?
about the amulet?
I saw the inscription when inspecting the amulet in his house.
You swindled him for a priceless artifact? While I was off presenting to investors and museums, you were cutting corners and lying to dangerous people?
I didn't swindle him. I may have undersold its importance a bit. I mean, we shouldn't have even needed the amulet. It was just...
We needed it to get funding. Period. Of course we needed it.
If DeGray hadn't bungled the records, someone would have found her decades before this. We didn't really need the amulet.
Bungle? Who says bungled?
I do.
I don't. Okay. But DuVray lost the records, and there is nothing we can do about that. How could you have lied to him about the amulet? How could you have lied to me about that? You said it went well.
We searched for years and years and needed a win.
Phoebe, we are dealing with priceless artifacts. People have been hurt or killed for these, and yet you still thought it was a good idea to scam Vargas? Jesus.
Come on. This isn't Indiana Jones. No one is going to be hurt. Besides, that was a long time ago. It seemed like a fine idea then, but hindsight's 2020, you know?
You haven't had the research peer reviewed. You and Carrie are dodging reporters who want to ruin everything, and now the people you wronged are threatening to... I don't even want to think about what he would do. Phoebe, can you not see? This is a disaster.
Calm down. He's all talk, okay? Don't worry about the Spanish Inquisition.
That's gotta be racist or insensitive or something. I know this was a mistake. Coming here, all this. I don't know.
When you took the flight and came, did you think it would be different?
I don't know. I should probably get going. I need a drink.
Me too.
Will starts to walk out, stops and turns around.
I've been trying to be better about expressing my feelings, and I think it's important I say this. I think what you're doing here is really shitty. Like, really, really awful. It's against everything the professional history community stands for, and I'm upset that you are refusing to stand up for what is right.
Noted.
And beyond that, while Vargas and you were talking, I looked over the exhibit. You're missing names of people who worked on the dig. Historians who helped us. Beyond everything, the people who helped you get here should be thanked.
I was very thorough.
My name isn't on the exhibit.
You specifically said you didn't want your name on it, or anything to do with me.
I did say that. You're right. But you should have called me or emailed. It's been 10 years.
Yeah, what do you want me to do about it now? The opening is tomorrow. Look, I get your point. I'll put it on the list of changes for the next exhibit, okay? Let's drop it. See you tomorrow?
I guess so. I'm stuck in London for a few days with nothing better to do.
Ouch. You don't have to continue this conversation. Just come to the opening, try to have a good time, and I'll leave you be.
Sure. For your sake, I really hope tomorrow goes well so you have the opportunity to fix some of the problems you created. See you, Phoebe.
Walking towards the door, Will takes one last look around before exiting. Phoebe takes a moment to breathe. She presses resume on the audio segments. The recorded voices play.
Remember, we're not grave robbing.
We're grave remembering. What a dumb saying. I love it.
Me too. Hey, Will,
Yeah.
I don't think our lives will ever be the same.
She quickly presses pause.
Well, I was right about that.
The lights fade as the scene transitions to Scene 2, a cozy old world bar near the museum. Warm amber light, polished counters, greenery and string lights wind along the back bar and ceiling beams. Behind the bar, shelves of liquor bottles sit in neat rows. Brass taps gleam along the counter. This is a place built for conversation. Everything is close and comfy. Rain is faintly audible outside. Some music plays in the background, maybe a vintage Spanish guitar or American jazz. Soft but not distracting. Vargas sits at the bar, sipping a glass of vermouth. Flora, a controversial freelance journalist in her 20s, sits next to him, listening to his rambling.
No! You misunderstand. What I'm trying to say is that my father would say vermouth was for a long afternoon, for the days you never want to end. Imagine relaxing on the rooftop terrace, listening to Nino Bravo or Julio Iglesias. Yes, the sun setting glimmers across the never-ending fields of wine and grapes as far as the eye can see. It is quite the sight.
I bet it is, Vargas. Now, about the other.
Don't rush. I have a feeling this is going to be a long conversation. Hence the valute.
Get married?
You are a reporter, correct?
Correct.
And you are happy to be covering the opening of the exhibit?
Oh, of course. It's an amazing opportunity.
I see. Now, have you been to Egypt yet?
Egypt? I wish. I've lived in London all of my life.
Oh, your life? My friend, you need to get out and explore. How can you call yourself a reporter if all you've known is the same place your entire life?
Well, I did visit Paris once.
Ah, yes. The city of love. Did you enjoy yourself?
It was for my grandfather's funeral.
I see. My condolences. I will say this. What's your name again?
Gray. Flora Gray.
Flora, Miss Gray. I am quite confused. You say you are a reporter, yet you are going far beyond just reporting. I am no expert in the field, but what you are doing seems to be closer to investigative journalism.
I think that every good reporter needs to do that work. Even if I was only hired to cover all the opening.
Ah, the truth lies. You wanted to meet to hear the full story of my involvement with the discovery, yes? So, Miss Flora, what do you hope to gain from this?
Gain? I don't think that I want to gain anything. Like you said, what I'm doing is investigative journalism. That's where I want to be, so why not prove why I should be there?
And hearing my story will provide?
Background. I can listen to interviews from Phoebe all day on YouTube. Hearing the real story from others involved, I think that is worth anyone's time. Anyone who reads the article, that is. Besides, it's not every day that I get the opportunity to chat with someone like the great Senor Vargas. I've read many of the articles written about your father's collection.
Vargas stares at her. Whether he believes her isn't clear.
Miss Flora, I do believe you found me on a night where I feel inclined to help you with your article. I don't feel particularly happy with the Phoebe victim and how my amulet was used in the discovery. And my lips feel loose. The vermouth is on your side tonight. What would you like to know?
The story of the amulet. How did an Egyptian amulet end up in Spain?
Ah, yes. Well, that story begins a long time ago. My father...
Pardon me, would you mind if I recorded this conversation?
Be my guest.
Sorry, you started with your father.
My father. Yes, my father was a complicated man and made many mistakes. He was a collector of sorts, unaccompanied soul. To him, a long day was a good day. It was the night that treated him easy. He died well off, but a lonely man. Always a lesson to be learned from him.
What's the greatest lesson?
That truth is just a story told by the man with the stronger reputation.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
What were you expecting?
Something like the lessons that my grandfather taught me. Like, never go in the biscuit jar without permission.
It seems we grew up very differently.
You're kidding. Continue.
The difference between him and others was his vineyard. Over 100 acres. His success allowed him to develop expensive tastes. Not always legal, but nevertheless fun. When I was 9 or 10, my father brought me home a mysterious wooden crate. Inside were artifacts, relics of a long-forgotten time. Little did I know that my father was gaining interest in the past, which turned into an obsession. Over the years, he acquired hundreds of crates of metal trinkets, statues, mummies, all of it funded by the export of thousands of cases of wine.
So, how does a wealthy owner of a wine label become a lonely, complicated man?
Paranoia. One day my father brought home an amulet. Yes. The amulet used to find the tomb of Ankhet Neferu. My father brought home the amulet wrapped in linen and smelling of the earth. He claimed it was from the lost princess of the desert. He kept the amulet under lock and key. But the day that amulet entered the house, he changed. He became obsessive, paranoid. I guess filling your house with illegally sourced antiquities could do that to a man. Then the droughts came, a string of years where business crumbled, and my father lost his fortune. It became too much for him to take. He passed away shortly after, and I became the sole heir to his estate.
I'm so sorry. Vargas.
No need for sorries. I know he's drinking vermouth, looking at each sunrise with the Lord at his side. He left me the estate, mountains of debt, and piles of artifacts. I worked to bring the business back, but in that process, I sold off most of the artifacts to pay off those debts. That included the amulet. Part of me was happy to be rid of the thing after all. It was the start of the end. So selling it would free me of the curse of his greed.
So you really had no idea that the amulet would help locate the tomb?
If I did, would I be standing next to Phoebe Whitmore on that stage tomorrow? Seeing it in that glass case, I realized that I didn't just sell an artifact. I sold the only piece of my father that I had left for pennies and needles, compared to the money they're made from the exhibit.
I see. Your father, he sounds like he lost himself to his obsession.
He was the most interesting man I'll never truly know, or get the chance to know. His favorite drink, you know, was brandy de Jerez.
Brandy de Jerez?
A delicacy in España. Smooth, rich, a light taste of vanilla and fruits. I drink vermouth, citrusy, bitter. Also with a light taste of vanilla and fruits.
Alike, but different.
Exactly!
Well, Miguel, I believe that I have enough for a sufficient backstory of the amulet. Is there anything else you'd like me to include?
Anything important? No. But I think this is important to say that I don't hold her actions against her. Greed can tear someone apart. It happened to my father, and it surely will take its toll on Miss Whitmore. I do intend to hold her debts against her, though, agreed upon or not.
Flora turns off her voice recorder.
Thank you for that.
I do hope that it benefits you.
Would you like to join me outside for a smoke?
No, I quit many years ago. Verboot is my friend now. Or perhaps a brandy de Jerez tonight.
Flora gets up to leave.
Off the record, sir, I don't think that you're the only one that she wronged. There are too many holes in the story behind the exhibit. There's got to be something here.
Something or not. Many mistakes. Greed for ambition. I just hope you know which drives you.
Flora exits the bar, leaving Vargas drinking alone. Scene 3, the rainy streets of London. Warm lights are reflected from puddles of water. Flora slips out of the bar, standing underneath the overhang of the building. Rummaging through her pockets, she pulls out a pack of cigarettes. She puts one in her mouth, lighting it. Before long, Will, soaked from the rain, rushes towards the bar. Stops when he sees Flora.
Excuse me, sorry, any chance I could borrow a cigarette?
Borrow.
Half, share, I don't know.
Sure. Here. Come on in here.
Will scooches it next to Flora under the overhang. It's a little tight. Flora hands him a cigarette and a lighter, which Will promptly uses.
Thank you, I really appreciate it.
Long day.
You have no idea. Between jet lag and life, it's a lot.
Where are you from?
The, States. New York. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
You didn't ask. Flora.
Flora, thank you again for this.
And your name?
Will.
First time in London?
Yeah, how'd you know?
You're dripping wet. We don't forget umbrellas here. It's about as important as we can be.
Sure, I can see why. My socks are soaked.
Better get used to it. It's supposed to rain all week.
Great.
Rain drops steadily. The ambiance of London hums underneath their conversation. Maybe a bus passes. Maybe a stray cat runs by.
What do you do?
I teach at a university.
In New York City as well?
Well, not quite. It's upstate, a few hours north of the city.
How does that work? You said that you were from New York City?
It's funny you mention that. Everyone always assumes when I say New York, I mean the city. When in reality, I mean New York State, like the part that isn't the city.
So you don't live in Manhattan?
No, not Manhattan. I'm from a city called Oswego. I teach at a swimming school there.
SUNY?
They're like an affordable school system in New York. Half affordable, I should say.
I see. What do you teach?
History,
What kind of history?
archaeology.
Really?
Really, mostly practicum classes and theory. Not so much going out on dates.
And what brings an archaeology professor to London?
Work, sort of. Some research I did years ago, it's being recognized.
Research? Ah, the plot thickens.
I helped discover a tomb, and there's this exhibit, and
The tomb of Onket Neferu.
Flora secretly reaches into her pocket and clicks on the recorder.
you know it?
Of course, the museum has been making a big deal out of it. Advertisements everywhere. I saw one on the bus this morning. Something wrong?
I just have different thoughts on using history as a money-making scheme.
Oh, they're just advertisements.
They're not just advertisements. They're trying to sell the idea of the exhibit first. They throw up advertisements everywhere. Come, see the long-lost Onket Neferu. Then they draw you in with the mystery of it all. Then they throw in your face some useless information that doesn't even tell you why she matters. Some pictures of the Christmas card, and bam! They get you with the gift shop. Oh, the gift shop. Always the gift shop. You walk out with a cup of Onket Neferu's face on it, a poster, candy mummies.
I can see you're a little intense with how you feel about it.
Sorry. I just came from the exhibit and I have mixed feelings, to say the least.
You're fine, mate. No wonder you needed a cigarette.
And a drink.
Why don't you just make the changes? It's your exhibit.
I can't.
You said you discovered it.
I did.
Then just talk to whoever's in charge. The curator, whoever.
I can't.
Why not?
Well, I actually backed out of the project. Almost 10 years ago.
Backed out. You backed out of it. Why?
It's complicated.
How so?
Why are you so curious?
Because it's interesting. What?
Nothing. Just seems like you're really interested.
A smoker is never in a rush. Have you ever heard that?
No, I haven't.
It's raining out. Yeah?
Yeah?
One step out from under this covering overhang or whatever it's called and we're soaked. I'm not in a rush. Are you? Because you don't seem to be. I don't have much else to do right now, so I'm listening to your problems. Sorry if my questioning has made you feel worried.
I backed out because of personal feelings. With the person I discovered the tomb with, Phoebe. I thought we were going to be married. She thought differently. I left because I couldn't imagine working on a project across from the person who broke my heart.
If you don't mind me asking, why come here? Flying out to London seems like a lot after what you just said.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. Since I got in, it's been non-stop disappointment, I guess.
In what?
The exhibit, Phoebe, just how everything is being handled.
You saw her. Must have been you.
Definitely. I mean, the first place I thought to go after seeing her was a bar, so you fill in the blanks.
What's so wrong with the exhibit?
What isn't? It feels like the whole thing is to appease the conspiracy theorist crowd.
Is it that's part of her history too? What's wrong with all that stuff being present?
There's nothing wrong with it being there. The problem is, it's the only stuff there. The exhibit is missing the core of who Ankhet-Neferu really was. Like, her role as a teacher before the 18th dynasty, when the Hyksos ruled over major parts of Egypt and chaos was everywhere. We've never had concrete evidence of a woman being allowed in roles like that. I mean, this tells us there is so much more to that era than we knew.
So, you're saying this exhibit scratches the surface?
That's only the tip of the iceberg. Get this. Her tomb had paintings and verses from the Book of the Dead. Far before the Book of the Dead was a thing. I mean, with that, it changes everything we know. Traditions, ways of life, deities. It could all trace back way earlier than thought.
This stuff isn't in the exhibit.
Nope.
Why not? This seems incredibly important. It should be the center of the whole thing.
Thank you. The reason is, get this, is Phoebe, the one in charge of it all, hasn't gotten the information peer reviewed. She can't go public with this information because if she does and it's wrong, she'll lose everything.
Flora realizes what she got on tape.
I know, right? I'm not worried because I'm not being credited on the exhibit. So if things go sideways, I'm in the clear, but for her, it's risky.
Very risky. It seems like a lot of risks being taken, like with the ambulance.
Yeah. Amulet? Did I say something about the amulet?
Well, I
didn't say anything about it. How do you know about the amulet?
I Googled it when I saw the advertisements. The amulet was one of the first things that popped up.
Okay, sorry. I probably shouldn't have mentioned some of the things about, especially to a random stranger.
Your secret is safe with me. It seems like you really need to get that out.
Yeah. Don't exactly talk to people anymore. Hey, would you like to join me for a drink? I'd love to get to know you better.
Oh, that's sweet. But I have a busy day at work tomorrow. Rain check?
Sure. Rummaging through her pocket, Flora pulls out her phone.
Drop your number in here, Will. Maybe we can talk again sometime.
Will smiles, putting his number in her phone. He hands it back to her.
I thought you said you weren't in a rush.
You enjoy your drink, Will.
Flora pulls out an umbrella and walks off. After a few moments, Vargas walks out of the bar doors. He loudly proclaims,
The night air smells different when it rains. I love it.
Jesus Christ, Vargas.
William, did you follow me here?
Of all the places. No, I didn't follow you. I think we both had the same idea after what happened earlier.
It seems so. Too bad I was just leaving. A little earlier, and we could have fun. Little conversation.
Fun? Sure.
No matter. I was just able to sit down with a very pretty reporter. Flora Gray.
Reporter?
Yes! She is covering your little exhibit.
Oh, shit.
Down the street, Flora pulls out her voice recorder. She fast forwards it to the end.
Phoebe Whitmore, the one in charge of it all, hasn't gotten the information peer reviewed. She can't go public with the information because if she does and it's wrong, she'll lose everything.
Flora walks off into the rainy night. The pitter-patter of the rain slows down as we are transported thousands of miles away to the sands of Egypt. Scene 4, 10 years earlier, summer, darkness and silence, the burial room of Ankhet-Neferu. In the darkness, we see the flashlights of Will and Phoebe light the way into the tomb. Both are sweaty and dirty.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
Oh, shut up, Will.
I'm serious. We could get in a lot of trouble.
That makes it more exciting.
And more dangerous.
Danger's my middle name.
Your middle name is...
Which is German for danger.
Neither of those are right.
How do you know? Are you an expert on German names?
I'm not a... It's Anne. How is that German in the slightest?
It is because I say this.
Sure. That literally makes no sense whatsoever, but...
Wait, Will.
What?
You know what else makes no sense?
What?
Phoebe kisses him. Will stands shocked while Phoebe grins at his reaction.
How's that for sense?
Why did you, how did, It makes total sense. To me, I think it makes total sense.
That's so. How about my German name? Does it live up to the danger part?
Will knows it's a trap. He could fight it and risk losing another kiss, or let it go. You take a guess at what he chose.
It absolutely does. Though, I don't think one kiss is considered dangerous.
Really?
It seems, at least to me, a little on the safe side.
So, mister, what do you suggest I do about that?
Oh, so I have to choose. I have to be the one who's dangerous.
I think anyone can be dangerous if they really want to.
Will starts to get closer and closer to Phoebe's lips.
I think that if we want to be dangerous, then all we need to do is...
As Phoebe starts to lean in for a kiss, Will ducks around her, shining his light in her face.
Ow!
break into the tomb we just discovered in the middle of the night. That's pretty dangerous, right? Right?
Okay, you know, I'm never going to kiss you again after that, right?
I highly doubt it. You'll be smooching me before sunrise.
Quite confident in that, are you? I could say the same about you.
Very confident. I bet on it.
I bet.
Whoever kisses the other first loses.
And what does the winner get?
The loser has to buy the winner a drink.
Aw, that's it?
I'm open to suggestions.
How about the loser has to answer a question from the winner? Any question, honestly.
What if the loser lies?
Will, I trust you enough to be honest. And I hope you trust me to do the same.
I do.
Well then, good luck. Though I'm not sure any amount of luck would stop me from winning.
We'll see.
Will shines his flashlight around, illuminating artifacts, canopic jars, perfumes, jars of wine, scrolls, and finally the coffin containing the sarcophagus of Ankhet Neferu.
I still can't believe we found it. It's more than I could have ever dreamed of finding.
It's unbelievable. I still have no words.
You don't think we'll get in trouble for being down here?
Only if they find out. Just don't break anything. We'll be fine.
Phoebe shines her flashlight at a painting of Ankhet Neferu.
She's real. She really existed.
I can't wait to shove this in the face of all those dumb conspiracy theorists and all those historians who wouldn't believe anything we said.
I can't wait to decipher some of this stuff. Look, learn who she really was.
What if we did it tonight? Like, we actually translated some lips.
No, we can't. That's... You know what? Fuck it, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah? Are you sure?
Definitely. Here, I'm gonna run and grab Gardner's list.
Oh, grab phosphorus soup and anything that we can cross-reference. 18th gang system.
Right, be back soon.
Will starts to run off, but trips. Phoebe catches him.
Oh, careful there, Sugarfoot.
Sugarfoot? Did you really just call me Sugarfoot?
My accent pops out when I'm excited. Mom used to use Sugarfoot all the time.
I know. I'm just picking on you. Sugarfoot.
Will runs off, leaving Phoebe to explore the burial chamber. Using her flashlight, she illuminates the various hieroglyphic paintings around the room. One shows the journey through the 12 gates of the underworld towards Duat, the Egyptian afterlife. Underneath are verses from the Amduat, the Book of Ra. Another shows several gods from the Egyptian pantheon: Osiris, Anubis, Isis, Horus, and Thoth. Near them is a depiction of the weighing of the heart ceremony, with incomplete verses of the Book of the Dead written above and below. The primary colors in the chamber are ochre, black, turquoise, lapis blue, red, white, and gold. Some paintings look stylized and luxurious, while others look sloppy and hastily finished. The main point of focus is a statue of Ankhet Nefru in the teaching pose. She is portrayed elegantly and respected. Phoebe's light lingers on each panel one by one until she settles on the statue. Will runs back in with the books.
I got the books, ready to... You okay?
She's staring at me. Well, us. Will, she knew we'd come. She was waiting for us to find her.
Figures. Ankhet Nefru always had a flair for the dramatic.
Oh, while you're gone, I saw something. Look at this.
Phoebe shines her light at the verses of the Book of the Dead.
They look familiar, that ordering. I've seen it before.
Give me a second, let's see.
Will flips open one of the books. He looks up at the hieroglyphs and down at the book. Phoebe does the same. They slowly piece together the verse.
I think we can get this. Ready?
Now let's do it.
Ink, webben, qui, men, mut qui.
I arise. I do not perish.
Ren, I, nen, sama.
My name is not forgotten.
Wat, wen, I, em, sabal, achku.
I open the way among the stars.
Aru, pet, rekasen, li.
The doors of the sky know me.
Ankh, qui.
I live again.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that sounded suspiciously like a prayer from the New Kingdom, a Book of the Dead type stuff.
You're not wrong.
And that style of prayer didn't come around until like mid 1500 BCE, and Ankhet Nefru died a few hundred years.
Earlier, so that means.
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
No way! Did we just.
This is the most important. Oh my god! This changes everything. Everything.
I don't think we're qualified enough to be in here.
Well, it was your idea.
That was before we changed history. We should get carried in here, like now.
Will checks his watch.
It's 1:43 a.m. I think I'll have to wait, but this has to be something big. It has to be. This shifts the entire timeline earlier.
I wish I could tell everyone right now. Imagine the uproar.
It'll still have that effect. Eventually. There's a reason this stuff is double checked.
I know.
In any case, they'll be pissed we came down here, but I don't care anymore. Gosh, this could take years to fully excavate. There's so much here. Imagine the secrets in these walls.
Years? You really think it'll take them?
That's what we learned in school.
But for a discovery this important.
Think about it. The military coup and, well, funding issues could change things. I'll be optimistic. It's been stable for around a year, so...
Who's our King Tut? Will?
Our King Tut? I never thought of it that way. That's cool.
The names will be etched in the history books.
History books? That's presumptuous.
It's not presumptuous, it's realistic.
I just never thought about having my name in a history book.
That's what you get when you find someone we didn't know was real or not. I mean, she was erased from existence, completely gone, and we brought her back into the world.
You're right. What a weird idea to wrap my head around.
It's almost like we're the reason she exists at all. Like, without us, she wouldn't exist.
I don't think we're the reason she exists, but I do think we're the reason she will be remembered. You amaze me. You know that?
Phoebe, lost in her head, looks up.
What?
I'm amazed by you. All of you. I mean it. I'm gonna say something and you don't have to say it back if you don't want to. But I feel it. I want to say it. I love you.
Phoebe stares at him, unsure of how to respond.
Well, I have a question for
Yes?
you. You hope we're doing 10 years from now?
10 years. I hope we're together. That's what you mean. Still arguing about dumb things. Still choosing each other. Growing older together.
Well, I don't know what to say, but I know I feel safe when I'm with you. You feel like home.
Will hugs her, but then pulls back. He stares at her for a minute and kisses her.
Will? I win.
I don't care. I let you win every bet.
You still owe me a drink.
Anything.
And I get my question.
Shoot.
Okay, this is serious, okay?
Okay.
Okay, if this all went wrong, what would you miss most?
That's not exactly a happy...
I really need to.
There's this way you look at me sometimes. It's just like a quick look, but it means the world to me. If this went wrong, I would miss the way you look at me like I'm enough. The world feels like a lot sometimes. When I'm with you, it feels a little more manageable.
Will illuminates the statue.
See that? You were right. She was waiting for us. Because you're Phoebe Whitmore, and I'm William Sellers. And we are the future of archaeology.
Future?
Yep. Fortune favors the bold, and we're pretty damn bold.
You really found it.
We did.
Bill,
Yes?
I love you too.
Will slowly moves his hand to the side of her face. He kisses her. Becoming more passionate, Phoebe pulls Will towards the coffin box where she leans back on it.
We could damage
I
you.
don't care.
Phoebe climbs on top of the coffin box. Will hesitantly follows.
Wait, Bill, look, the lights.
What about them?
Grab it.
Will grabs the flashlights.
This is our story. It's us. We're the first to do this.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because I'm Phoebe Whitmore. And you're William Sellers.
They stare at each other. In a single coordinated connection, they both turn off their flashlights. In the darkness, the blend of colors that make up a beautiful sunrise shine through the entranceway. Fiery orange, gold, and red. The brilliant lights of the sunrise shine around the silhouettes of Will and Phoebe. Will slowly lays Phoebe down on the coffin. He reaches his hand to the side of her head and places a kiss on her lips. It's dangerous to do this, as it could damage the contents of the sarcophagus. But they don't care. This is their moment. As the lights fade, the echoes of the past ring out. Some sort of ancient sound, a vocalized hum, a harp, or something that insinuates an ancient grandeur of the tomb. They are becoming part of a story bigger than themselves. End of Act 1. We're now going to take a brief intermission. Act 2, Scene 1. In darkness, we hear the anticipatory buzz of the exhibit's first guest. The lights rise on a pristine interview panel set up directly in front of the artifacts, with tasteful furniture and complimentary lighting. Projections behind the panel read Phoebe Whitmore, paired with a flattering headshot. Flora fine-tunes the setup with practiced ease. Phoebe enters.
Miss Whitmore, it's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Flora reaches out for a handshake.
Just call me Phoebe. No need for the formalities. It's a casual interview, right?
It can be as casual as you would like.
Good. Let's keep it light and fun.
Light and fun?
Is that a problem?
No, not at all.
You sound disappointed.
I don't want to, but I was under the impression that this was a serious thing. You know, discovering all of this. I didn't think that it would be light and fun.
You're right. I think I said that wrong. What I meant was keeping it as a casual conversation. We can discuss all the details, but I didn't want it to be a formal Q&A type. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And can I say, when I was first offered the chance to interview you, I had never worked on a project this big. After researching your story, I realized what an amazing opportunity this was. To interview you and to hear about your discovery, the development of the exhibit, just everything astounding.
Well, let's hope the audience feels the same. Sometimes I feel like I haven't accomplished nearly as much as I wish I did.
I think the audience will be especially excited to hear some of the lost details from the discovery.
Lost details? I mean, stories from the dig? I have lots of those.
No, I mean lost details. Genius archaeologist presents legendary lost tomb. What a headline. You've been very careful with your narrative. I respect it.
Clean narrative? What is that supposed to mean?
I'm just very excited to get started. I need to run and grab my bikes. Be right back.
Flora hurries off and nearly barrels into Will and Vargas as they enter.
Sorry.
Hey, wait. Phoebe, I need to talk to you. That girl...
The pesky reporter I mentioned, stay away from her. She said something.
What?
Something that worries me. It's probably nothing.
Well, I need to tell
I
you.
can't do this right now. Can we talk later?
It's important. It'll be quick. Can we just go somewhere private really quickly?
I know, I can't. This is going to start in a minute now. Look, I know you're upset about all this, but I just can't. No, we can talk after.
It's not about that.
I'm sorry, Will. I need to go. Enjoy the opening. Gosh, where did she go?
Phoebe exits in the same direction Flora left.
She does not listen, no!
This is going to be a bloodbath. Why won't she listen to me?
No todo lo que brilla es oro.
I don't speak Spanish.
Not all that glitters is gold. I'm taking you're a smart man, so that should make sense. Let her make her own grave.
It doesn't feel right not to say anything. I should go find her.
It might not feel right, but it isn't wrong. Now, let's find some seats. I have a complimentary glass of wine waiting.
Vargas walks off the stage to find his seat. Will hesitantly follows. The lights dim as Flora and Phoebe enter. They have small microphones attached to their collars. As they sit down, Flora retrieves a note card from her pocket and reads it.
Voted one of the top emerging Egyptologists by the Local Antiquities Review, Phoebe Ann Whitmore is an award-winning archaeologist and historian. With a career spanning several leading museums and archaeological projects, she has dedicated her work to uncovering and preserving the stories of forgotten figures of the past. A recognized authority on the Second Intermediate Period through the New Kingdom era of Egypt, she is passionate about making history accessible and bringing forgotten secrets to light. Today's exhibition on the rediscovery of Onket Nefru represents the culmination of many years of research, collaboration, and difficult decisions. Please join me in welcoming Phoebe Whitmore. To start, Ms. Whitmore, I would like to congratulate you for such a revealing and informative exhibition on the life and mythology of one of the most disputed historical figures in the modern world.
Thank you. It is truly an honor to finally be able to share Onket Nefru's fascinating history.
Prior to this, I talked with many of the individuals who traveled across the world to see your exhibit. From awe to excitement, the work you prepared for today will undoubtedly be very important going forward.
Thank you very much. I've always had the intention to unite people through my work as an archaeologist.
Is that so? What drew you to this career?
You see, history is something that is called to me ever since I was a child. My parents back in the States would take me to New York City, where we would visit the Museum of Natural History in New York. I remember staring for hours at the fossilized bones of dinosaurs, the Native American arrowheads, and the sarcophagi in Egypt. My mother actually got my brother and I an Egyptian history book where we'd spend hours staring at hieroglyphs and pages.
So even as a kid, you developed a love for history.
Oh, without a doubt. As I grew older, I developed more of an interest in archaeology, which is the study of past cultures through recovering and researching material remains. Not too long after, I'm graduating with a Master's of Arts in Archaeology.
And that was in the United States, correct?
Correct.
So I have to ask, what brings you to the UK? It's quite a ways off from home for you.
Well, I have resided within the UK for the better half of a decade now, but really it was opportunity. The British Museum was willing to move quickly. Sometimes you have to go through the doors that open. Funding, conservation, facilities, this is where conversations like this still happen.
And we certainly do our best to provide a safe nation for artifacts from around the world. Now, it was reported that the contents found in the tomb were well worth over 8 million euros and around $10 million. How do you feel about the value being assigned to the artifacts found, including the mummy herself?
Everything has value. I don't have any hand in that. To me, the value comes from the information we can learn about the past. Knowledge like this is priceless.
Then why is a value assigned? If these artifacts were truly valued for the information that they provide, why would they be given a price tag? I think that we both agree that it undermines...
As I said, everything needs a value. That's just how the world works. And for insurance purposes, I suppose.
If it was only for insurance purposes, I would understand. But many articles online cite a value associated with the find. Headlines like, "Tomb worth millions found," or "Multi-million-dollar antiquities found in Egypt," suggest otherwise.
Not to repeat myself yet again, but what's priceless to a museum and people like me might be worth $50 in a pawn shop. It's all relative. Though it is disappointing that something can exist for thousands of years and only matter once it's worth money.
I see. As a celebrity archaeologist, I would imagine that you bring in quite a lot, especially with the discoveries of this caliber.
Celebrity archaeologist, I don't think that's what I am.
You're allowed to enjoy your fame, Miss Whitby, especially today.
There's a certain level of fame that comes with the job, sure, but archaeologists are not celebrities, not until we get articles in Vogue. If it's salary you're concerned about, believe me, it's not as much as you may have been led to believe. My work is about helping redefine the past and bring lost voices to light.
Very poetic. You've said a variation of that idea a few times now.
Excuse me?
The idea that your work is meant to help bring new knowledge and enlightenment to the world.
What about it?
I am curious to hear, in your own words, what was this new knowledge that we discovered from Neferu?
Well, that is what the entirety of the exhibit is for, presenting this information.
Mind giving us a quick preview of the highlights? What were some of Neferu's accomplishments? I mean, a big part of the draw for the exhibit is that this find changes everything that we know about the past, yes?
That's actually something I hope visitors discover for themselves. Neferu's story unfolds across the various displays, through objects, writings, and the world's knowledge of her prior to her discovery.
Could you clarify the meaning behind that statement?
Gladly. The exhibit focuses on context, how power, belief, and legacy collided during her lifetime and ours alike.
Flora, dissatisfied, retrieves more note cards and shuffles through them.
Moving on. Some would say this museum stands to profit from colonial-era acquisitions and that you are continuing that work. Your thoughts?
Colonial-era acquisition. What does that have to do with my work?
You're being used as the one face for the theft of artifacts over a millennium old, are you not? What about this institution makes it right to take these items from where they belong?
Because the artifacts in this exhibit, well, artifacts from around the world, deserve to be seen by all.
Sure, but I was asking about theft of artifacts.
Well, if this exhibit was about theft, I would gladly be able to answer that question. There's no theft here. These items are on loan from the Egyptian government. To be clear, everything is legally here.
So these artifacts are owned by the Egyptian estates.
Correct.
Should anyone own these artifacts, or in this case, history?
Someone owns everything. That's how the world works. I do my best to work around that in that little gray area in order to do my job.
Phoebe covers her mic and leans over to Flora.
I know you're getting at something. Cut the crap. Let's do the interview.
So, Miss Whitmore, do you believe that museums preserve history or profit from stolen history?
I'm sure I could talk about this all day, but if it's okay with you, I would love to keep the focus on Ankhet Neferu.
Absolutely. On the topic of the discovery, I did some digging of my own and have made a few questions about someone who worked on this dig, William Summers, whose name is credited in numerous articles from earlier in the discovery, but drops off the Earth around 2017. What was his role in the discovery, and why is he not credited for the discovery?
Phoebe scans the audience for Will.
William Summers helped me in the early stages of locating Ankhet Neferu. He was a part of the research phase.
Why isn't his name on the exhibit?
Look, that's a complicated story for another time. To keep it simple, he requested his name to be removed. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and I assure you,
Well, that doesn't begin to address the lack of credit given to numerous other individuals from the discovery. People like Jack Wilson, Sophia Al-Masri, Leila Hafez, Thomas Aldridge, Amol Saidi.
the appropriate credit has been given to those who worked on the discovery. Now, back to Ankhet Neferu.
Okay. How about King Tut? You mentioned in some interviews back in 2019 how you believe that the discovery of Ankhet Neferu will be held in the same vein as King Tut. Could you explain how and why you believe that?
My, digging far back, are we?
It's part of the job. About King Tut?
King Tut, yes. Well, let me ask you this. What do you think of when you hear the name Tutankhamun or King Tut?
I think of the most famous ruler of Egypt and the pyramids.
Well, between hieroglyphs, pharaohs, and pyramids, that's the extent to which most people know about Egypt. Now, what do you picture in your head when you hear King Tut?
Gold mask.
Correct. The gold funerary mask, resembling Osiris, god of the afterlife.
Miss Whitmore, can you clarify what relevance the funerary mask has to your discovery?
What do you think of when you hear the name Ankhet Neferu before her discovery?
Before the discovery, well, think of the rumors of a lost queen of Egypt, one who has superpowers and all of that. And point being,
People care about King Tut because of the mask. Most people don't know who dug the dirt and found the tomb. They might know that King Tut was discovered by Howard Carter, but not that his reign lasted under 10 years. They don't care that Tutankhamun, a 10-year-old boy, is credited with a return to traditional religious practices. They don't care that his reign was so insignificant that practically any other ruler could be considered more noteworthy. They care about the golden mask their parents saw when it was paraded around the world in the 70s. People will remember Ankhet Neferu for the tales, the ghost stories that were told around the campfire when they were kids, the weird uncle that believed she created the Nile. All the real information and revelations we find from her discovery will never triumph over the stories. King Tut and Ankhet Neferu are two sides to the same coin, remembered for what they were least important for.
to that point, what is she most important for? If there's one aspect that I will mention, it's that through this interview, you have not mentioned a single reason why anyone in the audience should care about Ankhet Neferu in her life. In fact, you avoided the question.
I have stated her importance more than once.
I would like to hear it again.
What?
I want to hear the specific historical discoveries from her tomb. No fluff, no the audience can figure it out. Tell me, what did you learn from her tomb? Miss Whitmore, I have it on good word from someone involved with your work that the information discovered from the tomb of Ankhet Neferu has not been peer-reviewed. Is that true? Is that true?
As you will see, The exhibit provides a thorough overview of everything we learned from the excavation and the following years of research.
My sources also told me that you cannot state your theories on the life of Anket Nefer for risk of being blacklisted from the history community. Would you like to comment?
Phoebe has no response. She sits there seething.
Miss Whitmore, how does one get a historic exhibit approved without having any information be reviewed?
Do you care? Does anyone here care? Are you here for what we learned about the Book of the Dead? Or to learn about her being a teacher and persevering through a time in Egypt where everything was falling apart? Oh, or is it because her tomb was facing west? That's a really interesting tidbit, right? Fun fact, a west-facing tomb is unusual. It means that whoever buried her wanted her to be forgotten. No, you're here because of the conspiracy theorists. You all are. A woman in a high-status role buried, never to be uncovered. No, erased. They tried to erase her and prevent her life from ever being uncovered. Big headline, right? Sorry, I would consider this my life's work up to this point. I'm a bit passionate.
I appreciate you doing a bit of a deep dive into some of the discoveries, even if that information is not necessarily accurate. I guess time will tell.
I guess so.
Now, tell me, in your opinion, is excavating tombs honoring or violating the past?
Well, excavating the tombs is the only way to preserve history and the artifacts inside, so I am a firm believer that what I do is honoring the past.
How do you know that?
What?
She was buried with objects and writings to ensure that she was able to live on in the afterlife. You dug her up and broke the sacred seal meant to protect her. How is that honoring her?
It's honoring her because my job is to honor the dead. Without archaeologists, these tombs and the items within would be lost forever, or even worse, ruined.
How would you know that? It's like Schrodinger's cat, except you decide to open the tomb and take the choice away. If Anket Nefer was better off being left in the ground.
Without me, Anket Nefer wouldn't exist at all. She would just be a whisper in a sea of voices. The artifacts from the tomb and Anket Nefer herself are much safer in the hands of professionals than in the ground. And I would know, because I've dedicated my entire life to honoring the past.
I think some would say it's violating to disturb her eternal slumber.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, this debate will be active until the end of time. But there's no way to firmly answer that question. I would ask Anket Nefer, but she's dead. So someone has to tell her story.
On that subject, whose story deserves to be told? There are numerous undiscovered tombs out there, each featuring figures that could change all that we know about Egyptian history.
Well, we can only tell one at a time, so that's what we do.
I have one last question for you, Miss Whitmore. What responsibility do you feel towards those whose work exists behind the scenes of the exhibit?
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean exactly that. There are holes in your story. William Summers is a co-finder of the tomb, yet his name is nowhere to be found. You lied to Miguel Vargas in order to underpay him for the amulet that helped you find the tomb, and that's just what we know. I'm sure that there are other shortcuts and mistrustices that have taken place.
Phoebe stands abruptly.
Okay, I'm proud of the work I have done. I persevered through challenge after challenge to be here. You are accusing me of things I never did when we should be celebrating the rediscovery of a literal legend. You know what? This interview is over.
Phoebe exits. The lights come back to full.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the opening ceremony, and with that, the exhibit is open.
Flora exits, following Phoebe. Scene 2, a back office in the British Museum filled with shelves of artifacts and paperwork not ready for the public view. The door swings open. Phoebe shoves Flora inside.
What the hell was that?
Get your hands off
You
me.
set me up.
I asked you honest questions. How's that a
You
setup?
wanted me to slip up.
I wanted you to be truthful about how shitty that you've treated people to get here.
Okay, who put you up to this? Was it Vargas?
It doesn't...
Did he talk to you?
Doesn't Matter, I have my resources. Now, you need to let me go.
Okay, not until you answer my question. Who put you up to this?
No one.
I don't believe you.
I'm not lying.
Yes, you are. Tell me. What? What's so funny?
I don't know if you're too dumb or too egotistical to see. No one told me. There's a paper trail all over the internet, missing names, information. I'm just the first one to put it together. Did a terrible job of tying up your loose ends.
Someone put you up to this. What is your name?
Do you not get it? It's a dog-eat-dog world. This interview was an assignment. After today, this is going to make my career. I can see it now. Who paid the price for Phoebe Whitmore's rise?
What a title. That'll ruin me.
That didn't stop you from ruining others.
What you're doing is slander.
It's not personal.
You're going to hear from my lawyers. I won't let a pesky reporter ruin my life's work. Publish that article and see what happens.
See, that's the thing. I have proof.
Flora pulls out a recorder. She rewinds it to the conversation with Will. Right as she presses play, Vargas and Will burst in.
Phoebe Whitmore, the one in charge of it all, hasn't gotten the information peer reviewed. She can't go public with this information because if she does and it's wrong, she'll lose everything.
Right there. Thanks for the tip. Now, I really should be going. This article won't write itself.
You recorded
What
me?
you're doing is wrong and it's hurtful, and in the end, it only hurts Anket Nefru.
You are so incredibly selfish. Think about what you're saying. The only person that's hurting Anket Nefru is you.
I'm saving her.
You're not saving her. You're erasing her.
Well, I refuse to be buried and forgotten like Anket Nefru.
Oh, you won't be forgotten. People will be talking about you and your exhibit for a long, long time, and I'll be sure of it.
Flora exits.
Hey. That was intense.
I told you the information wasn't peer-reviewed. Competence. Competence, and you go and tell a reporter?
I didn't know she was a reporter or that she recorded me. That has got to break a law.
Why would you tell anyone at all?
Why would you tell me? If you didn't want it out, why would you tell someone you barely know?
I don't know. I'm not on trial here. You're the one who's in the wrong. And you. Are you really upset over the payment? You're a millionaire, aren't you?
Phoebe, I think you should.
Okay.
It's okay, William. It's true. The money is of no concern. I'm concerned about the principle. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, you stole from me, Miss Whitmore.
I didn't.
You did. And I will accept no other answer because it's the only answer.
Listen, I'm being truthful. I didn't know the amulet was going to be as important as it ended up being. I don't know how to make you understand that.
Convince me with your wallet. And I will walk away peacefully. And you can have your silly mommy.
How much?
3 million euros.
You're out of your damn mind.
You afforded me 75,000 euros for the entire crate of artifacts you purchased from me. That was an insult!
Yeah? Well, you agreed to it. And I have the paperwork. In fact, our deal was probably the least shady thing I did to get here. Now, why don't you get the hell out of here and stop trying to take something you have no right to take?
Miss Whitmore, if you do not pay me what I'm owed, I promise it will not end nicely for you.
Get out. You don't get to stand here and threaten my work. You got what you were paid for. If you want more, go get a fucking lawyer.
Phoebe, please, just calm down.
Phoebe glares at him.
Look, this was an intense day. Just let's get out of here and cool off. Come on, it's the best thing.
Yeah. Just what I need. A fucking picnic with the person who might have just cost me my career. Sure. You in, Vargas? Yeah, sorry. Senor Vargas Ortega, or whatever it was. I bet you're happy, right? Great. This is just great.
Phoebe storms out. Will goes to follow.
Wait, Phoebe, come on.
For your sake, I hope you find the solace you're looking for.
What?
I know a wounded heart when I see one. 8 years is a long time to live.
I don't.
Have a good night.
Will exits. Vargas opens a window in the office. He sits down in a chair, pulling out a cigar. He lights it. In the background, we still hear the voices of the exhibit. Vargas gets out his cell phone. Vargas gets out his cell phone. He makes a call.
It's me. She didn't give. You told me that this would work. You told me that the story mattered. That truth had weight. And if you shine enough light on it, it caves on in itself. I don't need the money. Not anymore. You know that. I came for my father's amulet. And I'm not leaving without it. You're the journalist. You tell me. Once it's gone, it's gone. So tell me, Flora. Do I let it stand? Or do I make sure no one ever forgets what she did?
Vargas ends the phone call. Slowly, the day turns to evening and then to night. The exhibit empties out until silence rises. The only lights left in the museum flicker a few times before going out. In the darkness, a flashlight leads Vargas' way to the exhibit. He carefully sets down the light, aiming it at the display case containing his amulet. He walks to a stack of leftover chairs, taking one, and walks to the display case. With a concise swing, he slams the chair into the display case, shattering it. He inspects the rubble and finds his amulet.
You wanted to rewrite history on my ignorance, Miss Whitmore. I'll give you a new ending.
Vargas slips the amulet in his pocket. He takes out another cigar, lights it, and takes one puff off of it. Walking to the curtains in the back of the room, he holds the cigar to the side of the curtain and lets the fire spread. A small wisp of smoke rises, slowly growing larger until a flame spreads. In the blaze of the inferno, Ankh Nefru can almost be seen as a silent observer. Indifferent to it all, Vargas exits, leaving it all to burn. Scene 3, 8 years earlier, summer, a small cramped hospital room in New York City. A year and a half after they found the tomb, Will and Phoebe enter carrying duffel bags.
Just like I remember.
Yeah.
It's not too bad though. See, we have AC.
See.
So, it's the cheapest I could find in New York.
I know.
See, I don't get why people look down on hostels. You find the right one, and look, a cheap, decent room, free breakfast. The only thing you have to share is the toilet and shower. Perfect for us.
Yeah.
Reminds me when we were on the dig. We were really roughing it, weren't we? I never thought in a million years I'd spend that much time in the desert. Did I ever tell you about the time I got lost for a night at scout camp? I was working in the Wilderness Survival Merit Badge during the night. A storm hit. While we were evacuating the campsite, I went back to get my pocket knife and got lost in the storm. And it was a few hours in the rain, but eventually I made my way back. My underwear was soaked though.
You told me that.
I did? Sorry. Honestly, I think I got my sense of adventure from it. If I could survive that, I could survive exploring the world, you know? You excited?
For what?
A weekend away. A break before we get back on it.
Yeah.
Other than museums, is there anything you want to do? We have a bunch of time outside around the interview.
We went to the museums last time. The time before.
I guess we could skip them this time. But there's a new exhibit on human migration at the Museum of Natural History, so maybe we can stop it quick.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts? I feel like there's never anywhere you want to visit when we're in the city.
I don't know.
Well, that's okay. We can figure it out as we go. I have a dinner reservation for us at 5, and from there, I have no idea. Maybe we could see a Broadway show.
Maybe.
Though, I don't love all the singing. I don't understand why they randomly start singing. It's weird.
The interview's tomorrow?
Yeah, at 11. It'll probably be an hour or two. I still can't believe it. I mean, me? A professor?
Yeah.
Hey. I feel like something's off. Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
You can say that, but you've barely said 2 words to me the entire drive here. You mostly stared out the window.
Nothing's wrong, I just didn't get a lesson.
Okay. Feels like you've been distant lately.
I'm fine.
I don't think that's true. Did you not want to come this weekend? You could have stayed
No,
back.
I wanted to come.
Then why does it feel like you don't want to be here?
I want to be here.
Is something wrong? Did I do something? If so, can we please talk about it? I don't want to fight. I've barely seen you at all in the past few weeks, and I would be lying if I said I didn't feel a little hurt. I'm just glad to be spending time with you now. I've missed my best friend. And if something is wrong, please, let's just figure it out.
I don't think this is working.
What?
Us, I don't think we are working.
What?
I think we need space.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Sorry?
I tried
Try what?
to stay.
What? Why don't you?
Because I can't keep doing this.
Doing what?
Being with you.
What?
I tried. I really tried, but I can't keep being... I don't know. I didn't think we would do this today.
Break up? You've wanted to break up?
I don't know.
It seems like you know now.
I didn't know I would do this right now. You just pressured me and it came out.
As opposed to later? Oh my God. What? Why would you do this on our trip?
Okay, well, I didn't plan to.
Well, you did. On our trip.
Would you stop saying that?
What?
Our trip. It's not our trip. It's your trip. I just came along.
My trip? You don't like these?
I did, but we've done this before.
Museums? You don't want to see the museums?
I'm tired of the museum. They're fine, sure.
You're breaking up with me over museums.
No. Not just because of museums, but these trips, they're for you. They're not for us.
For me? What are you talking about? For me? The museums are for me?
What? This whole trip is for you.
I don't believe, I thought these trips were for
Well,
us.
it hurts, maybe. I guess I feel like you don't do anything for me.
For you? I do a lot for you.
Really? Because I don't feel that way.
Phoebe, I would do anything for you if you asked. You know that.
I mean, last year when I was on that date in Albania and you didn't want to fly out to visit me,
It was $1,000 and a 12-hour flight. Phoebe, it didn't make sense.
and if I was in your position, I would have done it in a heartbeat. Hell, I have done that for you.
I know. I'm sorry, I didn't realize how important it was to you, but I mean, leaving me over a flight, I don't...
And it's not just the flight, okay? It just feels like I'm putting in more effort to be with you and you don't do anything for me.
I do. I didn't think our relationship was based around doing stuff for the other person.
It isn't, but it's clear that you care about doing things for yourself more than me. I mean, I've asked for years now to go camping in the Adirondacks. 2 years.
I've been busy. We discovered a significant tomb and are buried in paperwork. We haven't exactly had a lot of spare time.
Oh, but we have time to visit museums in New York and London and Cairo. You make a priority out of them. When was the last time you made a priority out of something I wanted?
This trip is for a job interview. Phoebe, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Why didn't you tell me?
I did, but that's the thing, it never got through. After a while, I think I realized that you were never going to put me first.
I don't think that's true. You mentioned things here and there, but I told you this. I'm the type of person who needs communication for what you need from me.
I guess I wanted you to care about me enough to learn that on your own, without me telling you.
Phoebe, I love you. I've imagined a life with you and so many adventures with you.
I know, but
How could you even have the idea of giving it all up?
you think I want to feel this way? You think I want to give up the future I imagine?
You don't have to.
I do. No, because I realize you'll never love me as much as I love you, and I don't want to live a life hoping you'll become the person I want you to be. And I think you tried the best you could. I do, but you aren't loving me the way I want to be loved.
Is it really over?
I don't know.
My God. Phoebe, I can't give this up. I love you.
I know. I love you too. I think I always will.
I don't know what to do.
You want me to leave?
Leave? No.
Then what?
I don't know. I don't understand. Why didn't you tell me? I could have changed.
I tried to tell you.
You could have told me what you were feeling.
Well, then why didn't you pay enough attention to see it?
I did see it. I did. I saw it the past 2 months and I tried. But hearing this, I think you already made up your mind a long time.
I didn't.
Then why didn't you tell me? Why didn't we sit down and address
I don't know. I guess I just didn't think it was as bad as it was.
I never thought it was bad at all. Maybe we just need a break. Some space to reevaluate.
No, that isn't fair to you.
It doesn't matter. It's fair to me. I would wait
I know. I don't think there's
a chance.
There's a slim chance, but I need to figure a lot out. Okay, I don't have a timeline or an idea.
But there's a chance.
Maybe in the far future.
I still don't understand.
No.
There's no other guy.
No.
You're telling me the truth.
Yes. And this is another reason you don't even trust me.
Well, you were gone with Kyle for a long time on that day. I never liked
I
it.
told you a million times, nothing has happened with Kyle or ever will.
So it's me? Me? I'm the reason?
No, it's not just you.
Then what?
I was invited to work on another team.
The one Kyle's on.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean what you think. It's an opportunity to work in the field I went to school for.
Are you? Is there something you aren't telling me? And please, just be honest. Feels like something isn't.
Will, the idea of settling down, teaching, all that makes my skin crawl. I can't do it. I feel safe with you, but that's it. I want adventure. I want to feel alive.
The adventures aren't over. We also need a paycheck to live. I was trying to set us up for a future.
I don't care about the money. I never did.
But you need to think practical. I was thinking practical. What about the life we wanted to
Will,
share?
I wanted that life. I wanted it like hell, but you don't look at things the same way. I would give every moment I could to you, but you wouldn't do the same for me. And before you contradict that, don't think for a moment I'm happy to leave you. regret. And I think if I continued with you, I hate to say this, but I think I resent you. I resent you for things you did without even knowing it, for the things you never did. If something were to ever happen again, it would take me a long time to feel like I could let myself see a future with you.
Okay? Phoebe, I feel so hurt, and I don't know. This feels like it's coming out of nowhere. I can't believe it. So now what? We keep working on the tomb, pretending like we were never anything? This was supposed to be our story. You and me. How am I supposed to be in the same rooms? Fuck you, I don't believe you. No reasonable person would... Forget it. I have an interview for a position at Cornell. How am I supposed to interview for a fucking Ivy League school after this? Oh my God, you will tell me it's my fault, but everything you say implies that. Can you just say it? Not about me messing up, not all this shit about you being invited to do fun and crazy treasure hunting expeditions with other teams. Can you just say you don't love me anymore? Or better yet, maybe take a hint of responsibility with how you've handled things. Maybe the lack of communication, or are you left me to wonder if you still love me anymore? Guess I was right on that one. Nothing? Come on, say something. I see. Okay.
Will grabs his duffel bag and goes towards the door.
What are you doing?
I'm getting a different room.
Oh, I didn't even...
You don't take accountability. You're starting a sentence with I don't.
You didn't even know what I was going to say.
I could guess. I know you feel. Less than I thought. I still know you. And it's insane to judge a relationship by comparing how much we love each other. I guess I just thought we were in love. But love was enough. Goodbye.
Will exits. Phoebe's head drops into her lap. She might cry, maybe not. She hates this feeling, but she knows she is right. It hurts nonetheless. Scene 4, the early morning after the opening, a rainy day. A light layer of fog hangs around. The exhibit is scorched and soaked. Much is burned beyond recognition, but the outline remains. Police lights shine in and out of the windows. Phoebe sits on a chair looking at it all. After a little bit, Will enters. They see each other, but it's a little bit before either talks.
I guess my glass of wine is now revoked. It's a good thing I don't like reds. I came as soon as I heard.
It's gone. It's really gone. Everything. Thousands of years of history. All my work in ashes.
What happened?
Vargas happened. He burned it all. It was a recording from the cameras. He walked into the exhibit, took the amulet, and lit up the curtains.
Phoebe's head drops and she sniffles. Will goes to hug her.
It's all gone. Everything. This was all I worked towards, and it's just gone.
I thought he would leave.
What?
I went to go after you. I left him in the office. I thought he would leave. I did.
No, you did. It's not your responsibility to look after crazy Spanish arsonists. Security's fault or mine.
I just... Burning it down? I never thought he would.
Yeah, he looked straight at the cameras, Bill. Said I wanted to rewrite history on his ignorance. He did this to hurt me.
Did they find him yet? Did the police?
No, not yet.
Couldn't have gotten far. It's been, what, 8 hours?
He told me he could be in Spain already.
So they can nab him when he gets off the plane?
Well, he would still have to go through an extradition hearing in Spain, and that could take months, or if there are appeals, it could be longer than a year, and he's rich, so there will be appeals. You know, I can't believe that out of all the problems I ran into, that amulet was the one that ruined everything. Who would have thought?
I'm sorry, Phoebe. I'm really sorry.
Are you?
Of course I am.
You don't seem upset.
I am. This was the only important work I've done in my life. I'm just good at hiding how I feel about things.
Will, why did you really come here?
What?
You said earlier that you came because you wanted to see the exhibit. And I don't believe you. I want to know why you really came.
The university I work for wanted me to come. It brings them more prestige.
Bullshit. I don't believe for a minute you were here because of the university.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Why now? Why not years ago? There were articles coming out weekly. Your name was on some of them. Why did the university only find out now?
Phoebe, I promise
What? That you'll tell me the truth? I don't believe it.
Maybe it's because the only truth you'll believe is the one you want to hear. Please, tell me, why do you believe I flew out here? To grab coffee and catch up?
I don't know, but I don't believe it's a university project.
Why do you do that? You know, you used to accuse me of not trusting you, but did you ever stop to think about how you never trusted me?
I don't trust you.
I don't expect you to, but geez,
You know, this was your achievement too. You're the one who disappeared.
Don't you dare say that to me. Disappeared? I was the one who disappeared? You're the one who abandoned me.
I know, but I didn't want you out of the project. I couldn't be with you. You didn't have to disappear. We could have figured out a way to continue working together.
I don't even know what to say. You wanted me to stay with the project? You wanted me to torture myself by spending every day around you thinking about what could have been. What reality are you in? Phoebe, I regret the way I handled some things, but you are the one who disappeared. I left the project because I had to rebuild myself. I mean, at that time, there was so much uncertainty in my life that the one thing I was sure of was you. And wanting to spend my life with you. And you left me with more questions than I had answers. You know, maybe it's time you stop asking me why I came, and I ask you. Why the hell did you invite me?
Because you were part of the discovery. I felt obligated to at least send an invite.
Obligated. It was an obligation. Wow.
Did you think it was anything else?
Honestly, I don't know. Phoebe, you hurt me badly. You hurt me more than you are able to understand. I don't know why I showed up. It's clear we remember things differently.
Will walks towards the door.
Will. Sorry. For everything. I handled things the wrong way. I was young and dumb, and I never stopped to consider your feelings. But I need you to know this. I don't regret leaving. Us together, that wasn't working. You had to have seen it.
I think we were both starting to realize that. Phoebe, I came because I couldn't say no to you. This is the first time you reached out since I left. How could I say no to you? I couldn't, though. I never got close with you. You were gone after that weekend. I really didn't think I'd ever see you again. And when I got your invitation, I felt something in me. An anger, sadness, emptiness. Felt like I had to. Something felt unfinished. Do you remember the last thing I ever told you? When we bumped into each other at breakfast.
Could I forget?
I meant it. You said you would always have a piece of my heart. No matter how much I wish you did. You do.
Why the hell would you say that?
Because you wanted to know why I was really here. And that's why.
It wasn't an obligation to invite you. The exhibit was missing something. I couldn't figure it out for the longest time, but then I found the recordings you took on that stupid voice recorder, and then the photos. I realized the exhibit was missing you.
They stare at each other as the silence arises. In a moment of weakness for both, they get close and are about to kiss. Will abruptly pulls away. They stand silent.
That would have been really wrong.
Yeah.
Then why did you?
I'm so lonely now. So lonely.
There's something I keep telling myself. It's kind of like a reminder that life keeps going on. Right person, for the right time. That's what we were. And we shouldn't ever be more than that.
Yeah. You're right. Can I say something?
If you want.
And please don't take this the wrong way.
Phoebe, after today, I fly back to the States and we won't see each other again for a long time, if ever again. Just say it.
It's the way you just looked at me before we were about to, that look. You just looked at me the way I have hoped to be looked at my entire life.
That was the way I always looked at you. Back when we found the tomb, I told you that you made me feel like enough. Would I have ever been enough for you?
No. I don't think I could have ever known what enough is. In a different life, we could have worked together. Will, I should have asked about crediting you. I left your name off because I thought you didn't want to be involved, but yeah, I'll correct that. This is your achievement as much as it is mine.
It's not my achievement. Not anymore.
But it is, though. You were there when we found it, and you were here when it was first presented to the public. Let's forget about that time in between.
I don't want to forget. That time made me into the person I am today.
That person still cares about the discovery, right? About bringing new information about the past to the world today?
It's complicated.
Complicated?
Well, I still care, yes. Part of me will always care, but I don't think I like it anymore. It doesn't make me happy.
You feel that way?
I wake up each day and teach students who are there for a credit. It's not why I studied archaeology. Discovering the past is why I loved history. Like Anka Neveru, teaching is different. It's as awful as this weekend has been, it's the most exciting thing I've experienced in a long time.
How long?
Since you left. After that, life was a bit darker. I struggled for a long time. I thought the light would come back eventually, and some did, but something left me that day.
Doesn't have to stay that way. Life you want still can exist.
I'll take the credit. I don't know where my life is really going, but you can put my name back on the discovery.
Okay.
Thank you for inviting me, Phoebe.
Of course. Well,
Yeah?
I think a piece of my heart will always belong to you.
I should probably get going. Early flight, you know.
Yeah.
And Phoebe, you pretend you don't need people, but you need them more than anyone I've ever met. I hope you can stop something out of this.
Will hugs Phoebe.
No, you should follow your heart. Sorry if I was the reason you felt held back.
I've thought about that for years, but I want you to know that back then, I did love you as much as you loved me. You just never wanted to accept that I loved differently than you. It's kind of funny, actually. We stand here talking about the past, surrounded by the past. We dug up Anka Neveru, and now we dig up ourselves. Sorry, that pun. It's just that all that's left of both of us are memories and mistakes.
Will walks towards the door. He turns before he leaves.
Remember, we're not grave robbing.
Great, remember.
Goodbye, Miki. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Will exits. Phoebe looks around. It's weirdly sentimental, and she feels a sense of relief unlike anything she has felt before. Phoebe exits as the sun begins to rise on the remains of the exhibit. Scene 5. A few weeks later, Cordova, Spain. The rooftop terrace at Vargas' estate, surrounded by a beautiful vineyard. Late afternoon. All the clutter of the stage disappears. The presence of the exhibit is no longer felt. No artifacts, no Anka Neveru. Vargas sits on a patio chair enjoying the view. He sips brandy de Jerez. The golden amulet sits out on the table. Flora enters. She stops when she sees the rolling fields of the Spanish countryside.
It's beautiful, isn't it? I told you that you needed to visit the world.
Wow. I never imagined in a million years I would see something like this. It's gorgeous. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Of course. Please, sit.
Okay.
Brandy?
Is that the,
Yes, brandy de Jerez.
your father's favorite? Sure, I'll have one else. Though it might be a little bit strong for my taste.
Sips are the key. Miss Gray, what do you want?
Vargas goes to pour her a glass. Flora takes out her voice recorder and turns it on, positioning it on the table, pointing at Vargas' chair. Setting the glass in front of her, Vargas notices the reporter.
Thank you.
It is not a problem. Now, your recorder. Is this an interview?
Not an interview.
You did that?
I didn't.
What is this? Insurance?
It's whatever it ends up being. Some things are better recorded than not.
My confession then.
Oh, everyone knows that you did it. This is context. This is for the lie.
Ah, I see. Miss Gray, I invited you here because I need one last thing from you.
One thing?
As of recently, I've come to realize my father and I are much alike. Maybe more alike than I ever wished us to be. We both are easily consumed by obsession and act in haste.
Your point being?
I want you to include one piece of information about me in your article. Elijah. So I may disappear without eyes looking for me. A fictional story of my dead. This estate is going to burn 3 days from now. So will Miguel Vargas.
You're really going to burn this place down? It's beautiful.
Beauty can't be admired from the inside of a jail cell. Besides, this whole exhibit debacle piqued my interest in history. I think my time sitting around staring at the sunset is up. I'm ready for more excitement.
Fair. So, you want me to put it in the article?
All I ask is that the story is a definitive statement of my death. You can even throw some quotes in there. Maybe something like, I regret what I did, or I don't know if I could go on any longer. I trust you can make up something quite conclusive.
Conclusive. Got it.
A nice end to the story, yes. An archaeologist with a checkered history, a professor searching for lost love, a vengeful Spaniard who burned it all down, and a young reporter who brought justice to history. You played the game well.
Okay.
Yes, the game, Miss Gray. You knew a lot more than you let on, correct? About the dealings of Phoebe Whitmore.
It wasn't hard putting together the pieces. I only had to figure out where to look. Every week that I waited, the story got bigger. I didn't think that it could get much bigger than that interview that I did with her. It's sad. I mean, Anka and Ephraim burned up before anyone really had the chance to understand her. It's sad that it had to happen that way.
Do I hear the sentiment of regret in your voice?
Regret? I don't know if it's regret.
I admit, I may have acted in haste. You are using her for yourself. Much like Miss Whitmore, are you not?
Phoebe wanted a legacy. I wanted a career. We're similar, except the trail of bodies that I left behind won't come back to bite me. She only lost because she choked up. You asked if I regret it? If not me, Phoebe would have continued to use her. It was me or her, and I chose myself.
I appreciate your honesty. It's not every day someone can admit to choosing fame with open eyes.
You're right. I did choose fame, but if all I had to do was earn money to finally make it, then I'd do it any day. See this recorder? It has everything on it. All of our confessions. I own the story of the rise and the fall of Ankit Nefru. No one's innocent, Vargas. Not me, not you, not Phoebe, or even Will. You said it yourself. That truth is just a story told by the person with the loudest voice.
And you own everything you need to keep the other voices quiet.
Exactly. When you told me, I realized that if she disappeared as quickly as she was found, I'd have the perfect story. The career-making story. See, journalism isn't truth, it's timing, and I'm in no rush. If I publish, Phoebe loses. And if I don't, I still win.
I see. I have the ending for your art.
What do you mean?
My father collected more than I could ever think to sell. Statues, paintings, jewels. If too many relics of that caliber were suddenly discovered in the world, I would have too many eyes on it. My amulet being one that slipped through the cracks is only one example. Underneath my estate are many crates and presumably lost antiquities. Who knows where they could have led? All good endings leave it open to interpretations. What more could an ending want than to reveal the answers to questions of history from thousands of years ago, were within our grasp, only to be lost a moment later?
And you're going to burn them?
Yes!
You are going to willingly sacrifice all of that to make a getaway.
Everyone who touched Anket Neferu chose themselves. You have a choice, Miss Gray. You can continue to choose yourself and publish, or you can choose to honor someone long gone. Here.
Vargas hands Flora the amulet.
Think of it like a compass.
A compass.
A compass doesn't tell you where to go. It only points. How's the weather?
Really? You're lecturing me on morality now.
I find I give better advice than I do follow it. A toast. Por la salud, la suerte y los secretos bien guardados. To health, safety, and well-kept secrets.
Cheers.
May we all choose to be better.
Flora and Vargas sip their drinks, gazing past the endless fields of grapevines into a future unknown. It's been a long day, yet a fulfilling one. As the sun lowers beyond the fields, Flora stands. Walking away, she stops in the darkness, and we hear the click of a voice recorder.
Anyone who touched Anket Neferu chose themselves. You have a choice, Miss Gray. You can continue to choose yourself and publish, or you can choose to honor someone long gone.
As the recording comes to an end, the sound of raindroplets hitting the pavement fades in. It gets heavier and heavier and heavier, and then it just stops. Silence. Epilogue. Sometime later, the British Museum. Flora stands in the ruins of the exhibit. Some tarps have been put up to cover parts of the exhibit. There's a fog hanging around the air. Maybe we can hear the hoarse call of a crow. Flora pulls the voice recorder out of her pocket. She rewinds to...
Her name? It's pretty simple, actually. The root words translate Anket as she lives and Neferu as beauty or goodness. We decided on she who lives in beauty. Fitting, but sad. You know, I think you're one of the only people who ever asked what her name is. I think we're some of the only people who will ever know what her real name meant. To the rest of the world, she's back to being a footnote in history. Lost again.
Flora looks around for a moment, peering at the ruined monument. She clicks the record button and speaks into the microphone.
In the end, she who lives in beauty, or Anket Neferu, now resides in a new tomb, one of concrete and wires rather than stones and paint. It's clear that the inference of Phoebe Whitmore and Will...
Flora stops the recording. She breathes for a moment.
Some histories are stolen. Some survive only because someone chose not to erase them. One thing is certain. The past doesn't stay buried. It waits to be uncovered.
Clicking the voice recorder off, Flora holds it in her hand. The whole story, word for word. Before we see what she does with it, the sun sets as Reaume begins his journey through the Dua. As the lights fade, the meadow of stars in the night sky gets brighter and brighter and brighter until we see what is written in them. Ankhet Neferu, she who lives in beauty. Blackout. End of play.
Thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight and supporting local theater, local businesses, local actors, and our very own local playwright as well. We hope that someday Dust and Echoes will ride again. Until that day, please travel safely back home, and thank you again for being here and being a wonderful audience.